Second stimulus check. 6 big things you need to know about another payment. We break down all the news you need about a potential second round of stimulus checks. It's tough to stay on top of everything happening in Washington with negotiations over another coronavirus relief package and the second stimulus check that could come with it. But after more than a month of stalled talks, there are some indications of a final push to release a compromise and pass a bill before the November 3rd election. Both White House and Democratic negotiators continued to include a second round of payments in their proposals, but the status of the talks seems to change hour by hour. We've identified 6 topics about the status of a second direct payment, which you can learn about below. This story is updated often. Number 1. A new stimulus check hasn't happened yet. The stimulus check is not a foregone conclusion, and right now its fate is tied to that of the overarching stimulus bill, which is stalled in bitter negotiations, or to an executive order, which President Trump hinted at in early September, but which hasn't developed since. Another direct payment has strong bipartisan support. It's very important that we have stimulus that helps the areas of the economy that need support, Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin said on Monday. "I've told Pelosi I'm available any time to negotiate. No conditions," he said. Number 2. The IRS might send a second check faster than last time. It took the federal government about 2.5 weeks to send the first round of stimulus payments to eligible recipients. Mnuchin said that he could send them much faster this time, once a deal is inked. "I could get out 50 million payments really quickly, and start making payments a week after a bill is signed," Mnuchin said in August. Number 3. Qualifications could change. While we think a second stimulus check would largely follow the same guidelines as the first, eligibility requirements are subject to change. It might even benefit your family if a new stimulus bill redefines who counts as a qualifying dependent. Other notes on eligibility. Your adjusted gross income, or AGI, plays a huge role. People who aren't required to file taxes, either because they receive federal benefits or are below the income level to file, could also get a check. In the first check, children under 16 counted for $500 apiece towards the total check, but did not receive their own money. Number 4. You can already estimate your check size. If you're still waiting for your first payment, or are looking for an estimate of how much a second check could include, you can use our stimulus check calculator to get an idea of how much you, your family, and your dependents could expect to receive, especially if qualifications shift with another stimulus check. Our calculator tool doesn't retain your personal details in any way. Number 5. How additional stimulus money could arrive. To get economic relief money out as quickly as possible to eligible Americans, the IRS and the Treasury Department took several approaches that included direct deposit, physical checks, and prepaid IEP cards. According to the most recent numbers from the Treasury Department, in June, this is how the nearly 160 million payments break down. Direct deposit, 75%, or 120 million. Paper check, 22%, or 35 million. Prepaid IEP debit card, 3%, or 4 million. With the IRS continuing to urge people to set up direct deposit to receive payments straight to the bank account, that number could be even higher. Number 6. The fine print gets complicated quickly. When and if a second stimulus check does arrive, the details will require some unraveling. While some situations are straightforward, other complications about you and your dependents could make it unclear if you're eligible, the size of the check you should expect, and when it's coming. Fringe cases abound. For example, a group as many as 9 million people still need to register to receive the first check. The IRS didn't send the full monetary amount for some people with dependents, but is making it possible to claim a catch-up payment. There are issues that could delay your check, like if you recently moved and a different process for people who receive Social Security disability insurance. There's much more to know about other government payments during the pandemic. Here's what you need to know about a possible interest check from the IRS, the $300 federal unemployment benefit, and the administration's payroll tax cut.